What is a power play in hockey? All right, let's talk power plays in the NHL, the kind of moment that can completely flip a game on its head. A power play happens when a player commits an infraction and gets sent to the penalty box.
That leaves their team shorthanded and gives the other side a golden man advantage opportunity. And yes, it can get even crazier. If two players from the same team are in the box, you're looking at a 5-on-3.
That's as dangerous as it sounds. Coaches stress one thing: don't let up just because you've got the numbers. Aggression is everything.
On the flip side, if you're the team that's shorthanded, you need that tough, man-down mentality to survive.
With today's focus on puck possession, power plays have become even more critical, and the best units can change the course of most games. So how do you maximize your power play? That's where formations come in. Two of the most popular setups are the umbrella and the 1-3-1. Both are designed to create puck movement, open up shooting lanes, and keep defenders guessing. In this video, we're going to compare these two formations and learn why each one is so important in building an effective power play strategy. 1. The umbrella formation. Let's break down the umbrella formation, one of the most classic and effective power play setups in hockey.
The whole idea here is pretty simple. You want to outnumber the penalty killers right in those high danger areas, especially the slot.
That way, the top forward and two defensemen can work the puck around the offensive zone, constantly shifting it until they open up the perfect shooting lane.
Now there are two key tactics that really make the umbrella click. First, players love to move the puck toward the middle of the ice, setting up those booming slap shots from the point. Nothing gets the crowd fired up like a clean one-timer ripping through traffic. Second, teams often work the puck along the half boards, creating another angle for a quick pass back to the point. It's all about forcing defenders to scramble.
Positioning is everything.
The umbrella has 3 players spread across the blue line, the point guy dead center, and 1 skater on each half wall. Down low, 2 forwards set up near the crease where their job is to screen the goalie, pounce on rebounds, and cause absolute chaos in front.
The best part? This setup also helps protect against costly turnovers or shorthanded rushes the other way.
And if you're wondering where the name comes from, just picture an open umbrella. 1 player at the very top, 2 along the sides, and 2 down by the crease.
It's simple, it's smart, and when run well, it's brutally tough to defend against. Second, key roles and responsibilities in umbrella formation. The 1-2-2 spreads out across the offensive zone and really leans on puck movement around the perimeter.
The goal? To open up prime scoring chances either in the slot or down low near the crease. Think of it like slowly pulling apart the penalty killers until a lane finally opens up. At the top, you've got your point player, basically the quarterback of the whole thing. They direct traffic, dish the puck side to side, and let shots rip from the blue line when there's a window. Then you've got the 2 half-wall players on either side of the circles.
They're your playmakers, moving the puck into the slot, feeding the point, or firing quick shots on goal. Their big job is also to pull defenders toward the boards, which frees up space in the middle. Down low, you've got 2 more roles working in tandem.
1 player plants themselves right in front of the goalie, setting screens, hunting for tips, and banging away at rebounds. The other supports from behind or beside the net, ready to scoop up pucks and send them right into the slot. When it's executed cleanly, the 1-2-2 can be a nightmare for penalty killers to contain.
Third, how umbrella formation creates shooting lanes. Let's talk about how the umbrella power play actually creates shooting lanes, because this is where the setup really shines.
The whole point of the formation is to spread out the penalty killers and force them to move around. And once that happens, gaps start to appear. It starts with a wide formation. Picture the umbrella shape. 1 player set up at the top near the blue line, and 2 more on each side at the top of the circles. Just by lining up this way, the offense pulls the penalty killers apart and creates more open ice to work with. Then comes the puck movement. Quick passes around the perimeter force defenders to chase. Every time they slide out of position, another gap opens up.
And once the middle of the ice is left exposed, that's where dangerous chances come alive. Either a clean shot from the slot or a quick feed into traffic. On top of that, deception plays a huge role. Players use fake shots, no-look passes, and quick head fakes to keep the penalty killers guessing. The defense never really knows where the puck is going next, and that confusion creates more room for shots.
Finally, there's the net front presence.
Someone's always parked in front of the goalie, blocking vision, tipping pucks, and cleaning up rebounds. Combined, all these elements make the Umbrella incredibly tough to defend when it's executed properly. Fourth, how Umbrella Power Play creates puck movement. Now let's take a closer look at how the Umbrella Power Play drives puck movement, because this is where the setup really shows its strength. Now the magic happens with puck circulation. By whipping the puck along the blue line and around the half walls, the offense forces the penalty killers to constantly shift and adjust.
The more they move, the more gaps open up.
When the puck swings out to the boards, defenders naturally collapse toward it, which leaves space right in the middle of the ice. That's prime territory for a slot shot or a sneaky diagonal pass. Add in some quick one-timers from the point, and suddenly the penalty killers are scrambling. The Umbrella thrives on speed, movement, and deception, and when done right, it feels like the puck is always one step ahead of the defense.
Before we break down the 1-3-1 and really see how it works, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any of our deep dives into hockey's most effective systems. 5. The 1-3-1.
All right, let's talk about the 1-3-1 power play, one of the most versatile and creative formations in hockey.
The beauty of this setup is how it builds 4 passing triangles on the ice, giving players tons of options to zip the puck around and set up those deadly one-timers. What makes it even more dangerous is that it can be quarterbacked from multiple spots: the point, the half boards, or even from below the goal line. That kind of flexibility keeps defenders constantly guessing.
Now here's where it gets interesting.
The 1-3-1 first started gaining traction in Europe, where teams leaned on it to maximize puck movement and offensive creativity.
But it really grabbed attention in the NHL when the Tampa Bay Lightning adopted it during the 2010-11 season. With their lineup stacked with skilled playmakers, the Bolts thrived. They could forecheck hard, fire off quick one-timers, and backcheck with speed to recover. Of course, no system is perfect.
The 1-3-1 does a great job of creating mismatches and opening space, but it comes with a risk.
With only one defenseman back at the blue line, it leaves teams a little more vulnerable to fast breaks the other way.
When it works, it's brilliant. When it backfires, it can be costly.
6. How 1-3-1 power play creates shooting lanes. Let's break down how the 1-3-1 power play creates shooting lanes, because this setup is designed to stretch a penalty kill to its breaking point. The whole idea is to use quick puck movement, smart positioning, and constant pressure to force defenders into tough decisions, and when defenders hesitate, scoring chances open up. The formation itself is simple but effective.
You've got one player up top at the point, the 1. 3 players spread across the middle, on the wings, and in the bumper spot, and then one guy right in front of the net. That wide alignment spreads the penalty killers out across the zone, making it nearly impossible for them to cover everything at once. From there, quick puck movement is the secret weapon. Zipping the puck from side to side keeps defenders chasing, pulling them out of their structure and leaving open ice. And because the 1-3-1 naturally forms triangles, it always gives players multiple passing options. Every quick pass forces the penalty kill to adjust, and eventually, someone gets caught out of position. The bumper player in the middle is key. Constantly shifting, he disrupts the defense by forcing them to decide whether to cover him, the wings, or the point. That indecision creates gaps everywhere else.
Add in a net front presence to screen the goalie, tip shots, and pounce on rebounds, and now you've got layers of pressure.
In the end, the 1-3-1 works because it creates 2-on-1 situations all over the ice, breaking down the defensive structure and opening dangerous shooting lanes.
7. How 1-3-1 power play creates puck movement. When you think about the 1-3-1 power play, the real secret sauce is how it turns puck movement into non-stop pressure. This isn't about relying on one superstar to blast the puck. It's about forcing the penalty killers to stretch themselves thin, cover way too much ice, and eventually leave something open.
Here's the basic layout. You've got one player at the point, 2 more on the half boards, one in the middle as the bumper, and another right in front of the net.
Rapid cycling between the point, the half walls, and the bumper keeps defenders constantly shifting. Every pass forces them to react, and eventually, someone gets pulled out of position.
The bumper player is huge here. Sitting right in the middle, he's always a dangerous option for a quick shot or a pass to the wings.
If a defender commits to covering him, it opens up space elsewhere.
Add in the net front presence, and you've got chaos. That player screens the goalie, tips pucks, and buries rebounds, making it nearly impossible for the goalie to track every shot cleanly.
When executed at full speed, the 1-3-1 wears down defenders, disrupts their structure, and creates wide-open passing lanes that lead to high-danger chances. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the NHL and which plays or formations you'd like us to cover next.